What's going on, guys? Disrupted here, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a little bit of a different kind of story. I've been telling a lot of erotic stories to start my channel off because I know those are really entertaining to hear, but this time I thought that it'd be cool to hear a fight story because I know those are also very entertaining. So this was one of my first fights in 8th grade. So I don't know about you guys, but in 8th grade I was going through, I just started puberty. I had a lot of hormones rushing through me. My home life wasn't the greatest. I was always angry all the time. I didn't have a whole lot of friends, and 8th grade just wasn't a fun year for me. So in science class, between 4th and 5th hour, there was this girl that was in my class, and I liked her a lot. She was a really nice girl, and she said that she liked me too. So obviously I was like, wow, that's really cool. It was a really big confidence booster for me. And when she said that she couldn't do anything because of something involved in her home life, I was like, yeah, I totally get it. We can wait if that's something you'd want to do. And she was like, yeah, absolutely. So I was ready for it. And so I didn't date anybody else. I didn't like anybody else. I only liked her at this time. And when she started dating a class bully, it really, it upset me because I was waiting. She said she would wait. It was just stupid. It was a whole stupid situation. But when he found out that I liked her, he tried to, he rubbed it in my face a lot. He didn't even try. He successfully did it. And keep in mind, this kid had bullied me, throughout like 6th grade to 8th grade. Me and him are cool now. We're friends. And same with this girl. But at the time, I wasn't really friends with either of them because of this whole, shitty situation. So one day in science class, he was rubbing it in my face, and he was being a complete cunt to me, and I just wasn't having it. And so he kept calling me a faggot. And nowadays it doesn't really bother me because I know I'm not gay, and I know that that's just a really stupid insult to use against somebody. But at the time it really bothered me. And so he kept calling me a faggot this entire class. Like a 54-minute class of just being called a faggot. It just wasn't fun for me. So when he came up with a really, it was a funny joke looking back on it. I can't really remember what it was. I just remember it was, it was funny. But included in the joke was calling me a faggot, and I was like, I had enough, and I slammed my fist on the counter, and I just screamed like, fuck you. And the teacher, she talked to me in the hallway. She was like, you can't be doing that. If you say that again, I'm gonna send you to the principal's office. I was like, whatever. I didn't narc on him because even at that age, I knew that it wasn't cool. Nowadays, I probably would, just to justify myself, to get in a little less of trouble if it came down to it. But I walked back in the classroom, back to the little group I was working with, and his girlfriend, the girl I had feelings for, she was in my group, and I was really pissed off, and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I looked at her, and in like the most monotone voice I could have, I said, "Your boyfriend's being a fucking bitch," and it wasn't that serious of an insult, like most people would just laugh at that nowadays, but it really hurt her feelings, and she got really sad and really upset about it, and that just made me feel even worse. I was even more mad because it's not even my fault. It was this kid giving me shit all the time, and so when I said that to her and she got sad and mad at me, I was like, God damn it, and this just is my day. And then the class ended, and I put in my earbuds, and I was walking to the lunchroom, and I got my food, and the music was calming me down, and it looked like my day was just, it looked like it was going to start heading up. But then I was walking to my lunchroom, and the way it worked, and so he had packed a lunch, this bully, and so I was walking to the lunchroom, and he walked past me, and I had one earbud out, just in case a teacher needed me or something so I could hear him, and he looks at me and he goes, God, you're such a faggot. And I took a few steps, and I turned around, and I was like, what the fuck did I screamed at him, and like I could hear like people above us in the lunchroom go silent. I was like, what the fuck did you say? And I took the little, like the hard plastic lunch tray, and I swung it at him like a baseball bat, and I hit him like straight in the face, and I got food all over him. And then I backed up to the closet. Sorry, this is live gameplay, just in case you guys didn't know, so it's kind of hard for me to concentrate on, you know, two things at once because I don't have good editing software. But I backed up to the lockers because he was gonna come at me, and so I was standing there and I was waiting for him, and then he charged at me, and I got one right hook in, and he pushed me into the locker, and then he like had me in a headlock, and I pushed him out, and I got him in a headlock, and then we pushed off each other, and he screamed at me. And he was like, you really like fucking up people's relationships, don't you? Because apparently they were fighting because of me. And I was like, don't talk to me, don't talk to any of my friends, any of my family, or I will literally fucking kill you. And then of course the gym teacher came down, and she had heard what I said, and she asked him, she was like, what is going on? And I walked away. I was not having any of that. And he told on me, he narked on me, which honestly I probably would have done the same thing, so I can't even be mad. But I walked over to like my friend's table, and I was like talking to him. I was like, dude, I just hit him in the face, like. I started like tearing up because I realized that I could get kicked out of school for this, because our school has like zero tolerance on fighting. And he was like, it's all good, you're gonna get sent to the office, just tell them what happened, tell them that you got fed up and you stood up for yourself. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And I went to the office, they yelled at me, they called my dad, I got suspended, and they wouldn't take my side because I was a troublemaker all throughout middle school, and I was finally on a good streak, and then I pulled that shit, and they were not happy with it. But yeah, that was my first fight, if not one of my first. I can't really remember the others. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like, comment if you want to hear more of these types of stories, subscribe if you think I deserve it, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.